PolyNome playlists contain some powerful tempo options. Let's add some items to this playlist. I'll tap the plus button, choose Add Items, going to enter multiple item entry mode, and we'll have item 1 and item 2. And then we'll add these to the playlist. Item 1, I'm going to set the tempo to be 100. And item 2, let's say that this is a double time section, and we'll set the tempo to be 200. So these will play one after another. But let's say we wanted to work on this at a faster or slower tempo. If we wanted to set the tempo of item 1 to 75, we would have to do some maths and set item 2 to 150. PolyNome has a solution to this. If you tap and hold the play button, you can turn on tempo percentage. We can also make the buttons bigger. And now you'll see this tempo percentage slider. So we can play everything back at twice speed, or 10% of the speed, or anywhere in between. To change the percentage with more fine-grained control, move your finger away from the slider. And you can tap on the rail to set to 100% or to dial in your percentage. If you wanted all items to play back at the same tempo, rather than setting them individually, you can simply tap the padlock on the tempo display, and now all items will play at whichever tempo is set in the tempo control. You can automate tempos in a playlist by tapping on the Auto Advance On and Play row. You must turn on playlist looping, and then you can enable tempo change. Here you can choose whether the tempo should increase or decrease, the amount that it should change by, and whether it's changing by set BPM or by a percentage. You can also turn on tempo boundaries and set a lower boundary and an upper boundary, and what action should occur when those boundaries are reached. For example, you can choose stop, in which case PolyNome will stop when it reaches a boundary, reset, in which case PolyNome will jump back to the original tempo and repeat, reverse, in which the tempo will start to decrease when it hits the maximum boundary and increase when it hits the minimum boundary, hold, in which case PolyNome will hold at the maximum or minimum tempo when it reaches it, or reverse and stop, which is like a warm-up and cool-down. You can manually enter tempo changes like this. Let's duplicate item 1. I'll tap on the plus, choose duplicate selected items, and I'll make 9 copies. I will turn off tempo lock by tapping on the padlock. You can see item 1's tempo is 100 BPM, and item 2's tempo is 200 BPM. If you tap the edit button and select all, and then tap on actions, you'll see tempo, rep, and timer options. In here, you can go to tempo options, and you have the option to set tempo, which will set all items to the same tempo. You can choose ramp tempo, in which case the first and last items in the list will indicate the lowest and highest tempos, and all the items in between will be set to a ramp of increasing tempo. If you choose random tempos, all of the items in the middle will be set to random tempos between the minimum and maximum, and you can also apply metric modulation, which is more complicated, and you can find details in the help documents. So let's ramp the tempo, and you'll see now that the first item is 100, and then it goes to 110, 120, 130, all the way up to 200. If you wanted to mix up the tempos in your practice routine, you could then tap on the playlist name and choose Shuffle Playlist, and this will randomize the order of items in your playlist. If you want to quickly set tempos for a small subset of items, go into edit mode, select the items, tap on the tempo control and choose your tempo. You'll see that the selected items are updated. And to quickly set tempos or reps for all items in the playlist, you can tap on the playlist time button and choose set all tempos and choose the tempo here. So that's some of the powerful tempo options in PolyNome playlists.